well, I mean, I've always realized that men have a problem. Good morning, Coach T. Hey, how you doing? I've always known that men don't like men that treat women decent. If you ever see like a man really taking care of his girl or being nice to her, being kind to her, you know, even back in the day, I would say even back in my dad's time, they would call those men whipped and make fun of them just simply for treating their wives or girlfriends correctly. Hey, how you doing? Sorry about that. Hey, how you doing, Shanice? But yeah, they would call, men whipped that treated their wives or their girlfriends with respect. Oh, he's whipped. Oh, he's a punk. You know what I'm saying? And now, in this day and age, it's gotten even worse to where a man can't even apologize for doing something wrong to his girlfriend without being called a simp, a punk, weak, whatever. And I really do think that it's important to talk about this because a lot of things I feel like that men do, they project onto women. A lot of their mentality, their mental state, the things that they do, that really is a male thing, male behavior, but they put it on to women. I think an argument could be made with, hey, how you doing, Kels the Great? I think that a big thing that you could prove to that is the emotional thing. You know how like men will tell women like, oh, women are so emotional. Women are so emotional. They're not rational. They're not logical. And even at this point, like women have actually internalized that belief system. I can't tell you how many women get on the panel and say, hey, we're emotional. We're emotional. We're not logical. We're not rational thinkers. That's what we are as women. That's that's what is said all the time about women, but that isn't true. Like a man will literally blow up the entire world if his feelings are hurt or he's upset about something. A man will literally unalive somebody, a woman, just because she doesn't want to be with them anymore. Like, I'm not saying that women haven't done that, but look at the ratio. You get what I'm saying? Like men are highly emotional, highly unregulated, highly irrational. But those are things that are never said in the description of men. Um, yes, Key Mom. I agree about the thing about Maya. Let's see here. Ascension says many ladies today scan the scene until they find a man that they can control. What exactly is control? Let me know what is exactly a woman scanning the scene to find a man she can control. And I think that that's another problem with men because y'all will say things like that. But then you have men hooting and hollering on this internet all day long about having a woman that they can control, telling her what to do, telling her how to be, telling her to submit, saying a man's in charge, him controlling their whole life. And you make that seem as if that's very problematic, right? So, you make it seem like that's not problematic. But a woman looking for that is problematic. And I'm not even saying women are looking for men to control, but I do find it very strange that men and their relationship collectively with women is all about control. All about control. So exactly why do you feel like it's okay for a man to control a woman, but a woman not to be looking for that or doing that? Y'all need to make that make sense. Why are you looking for something out of a woman that you're not willing to give yourself? Is that something to think about? But anyway, I just wanted to say for real, men hate nice guys. And men hate Pickmes. And these Pickmes that I see online right now, like, I don't know what's going on with my feed, but I have seen some very violent, aggressive Pickmes in the last week. And I really have been trying not to do what I want to do, which is drag these women for filth, because I say I'm not supposed to really be going at black women, but my God, bro, the black women that I have seen, And can I say this? Is it wrong for me to say this? I have seen some very we say this in our personal life. Sometimes it's difficult to say it online because of political correctness, but I'm just going to say it. I see a lot of black women that are ugly, 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 ugly. I'm sorry, very ugly. And I don't care what nobody said about, oh, you're shaming people for their face and the way it looks, and we can't help that. I don't care if you can help it or not. I know that I seen some ugly black women this week being very pick me, being the queen pick me, bashing other women in the hopes that a man is going to look their way. And I saw this lady and I reposted a video of another woman making fun of her, and because it was funny and she deserved it. I see this lady that literally looked like a movie monster. A movie monster. Talking about how food stamps and Section 8 and welfare is about to be cut off, and these lowly black women, now y'all gonna see that y'all need black men. And it's just like you sitting there in your dirty house with your ugly face. Where's your man at? Since you want to act like it's women that are getting food stamps. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know what's going on. For real, for real. Like, why are you doing this? And if you are a pick me right now, and you don't have to admit the truth to me, but if you're a pick me right now and your man is taking you through it, dragging you through the mud, what's your problem? What's your problem? What's being a pick me got in you? Huh? And if you're a pick me and you're sitting in your house with no man, he's not paying your bills, not doing anything for you, once again, what is being a pick me got in you? Huh? Really and truly. If you are a pick me and your comments are filled with women that despise you, what is being a pick me got you? Because you should want women on your side as opposed to men. Men are not very loyal collectively. They're not. So you being a pick me to them is not going to get you nowhere. I think what's her name, Cooking with Kaya, is a perfect example of this. Catering to men and making them your fan base or your support system will never work out, because men are very disloyal and they have an attention span of an ant. So if they cannot use you to triangulate you against other women, to irritate other women, you are of no use to them. And I'm just saying the truth, like for real. And honestly, I want to post a picture of this lady, but I ain't even gonna do it. For real. This lady that I saw yesterday being such a pick me, I can't even believe that she even got and turned her camera on. I'm sorry. I'm like, let me not. I can't believe she turned her camera on talking like that. Anyway, let me go down to the ladies that just came up. Hey, Miss Gabrielle, good morning, sis. How you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, good morning. I'm doing well. I have so much to say about the prompt. I do think men hate nice guys, well, when you say nice guys, do you mean men who are genuinely good, or like the nice guys who pretend to be like which one is that for this
Oh, I
one?
mean like nice guys that like genuinely like women and want to take care of them and
Oh,
want to
okay, yeah,
genuinely
yeah,
nice
no,
guys.
no, yeah, no, I definitely agree with that because I feel like nice guys who are genuinely like respectful to women and all of that, I feel like they do set a standard in the way that they treat their wives or girlfriends, and it shows that the almost like unfortunately default male way of being terrible is not the only way. And so it makes it harder for men who are not great to say, oh, that's just men or that's just the way we are, because it's like women can look and say, no, there are some men who are respectful, who are, loyal and faithful, and who, are true partners to the women that they're with. And so it makes it harder for the ones who are not great, which is unfortunately the majority, to, just justify that, act like, oh, that's just the way it is. And that's why you constantly hear men like that calling genuinely great guys like simps, and or like even online, like if there's like a guy like in the comment section who is like pushing back against misogyny and red pill content, like you'll always see these like red pill males saying, oh, she's not gonna let you hit, bro, and stuff like that. It's like the idea that like a man would be against misogyny to them is so foreign, because they equate misogyny and masculinity. Like they think that the two are interchangeable, that they go hand in hand. And so I do think that that is why they don't like, nice guys. With the pick me, so I kind of have like a mixed view on that, because I do think there are definitely men who hate pick me's because like misogynists hate all women regardless. But then I think there are also some men who are like misogynistic, who they see pick me's as like resources to exploit or to triangulate against other women, or like what they'll do a lot of times is they'll see like a pick me who's spouting like anti-woman, anti-feminist rhetoric, and they'll say, oh, see, well, that woman agrees with me, and so now it's all of you quote unquote females who are the problem. Like that is another line they'll use. And I mean, there are some pick me's who do get married, but they usually end up with like the worst guys, the worst misogynists. I mean, you'll see pick me's go on like Fresh and Fit or like whatever podcast or these red pill spaces, and they'll always be like, oh, protect this woman at all costs, blah blah blah. So it's like, I mean, I really do think misogynists hate literally every woman, whether you are a feminist or a pick me, like across the board. They hate all women. But I think that they look at pick me's as almost like a commodity that they can use to try to wear down like women who are self-respecting and feminists. And so I think that also ironically ties into why they hate nice guys. But I don't know. I mean, I really think the world would be better if there were more men who were genuinely like good people and, really kind and, respectful towards women. But that's just what I think.
All right, I got you. I got you, Gabrielle. All right, let me go up here to Micah.
Yeah, I just wanted to speak to the pick me part. So when I see, it's very rare, that I come across them in the wild, but I do every once in a while. Somebody might have stitched their videos and stuff like that. But I noticed, for some of these girls, a lot of them are young and pretty. And that's okay. I'm very much, I'm 39 years old, so I'm older. And I'm very much a big believer, when you're young, to maximize your beauty, for the things that you want out of life. I don't have a problem with that. So, but the inevitability is that we all age, right? And they, a lot of them have not had, very much dealings with men, or they're just starting to deal with men. And so, they just haven't had, when older women are getting on, trying to give you some sound advice and stuff like that, and they reject it, I think a lot of it is, oh, I don't know, who is that in the background? Um, um, I lost my train of thought. Oh, they just haven't had time to deal with men. They haven't had time to grow and learn, especially, when they have children and stuff like that, and they see, how difficult those things are. I think that they'll be singing like a different tune a lot of times. So, like I always hope, relationships, work out, and that, whatever man you might end up with, treats you well. Like I'm never gonna wish, ill on anybody, but there's always I see it all the time, and even I'm trying to give advice to some of my younger friends. I have a friend, she's 21 years old and is very much boy crazy. And I try to tell her, it's okay to not be in a relationship. It's okay to like pull back and stuff like that. Like, calm down a little bit. You got some time. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think a lot of them just need to live life, and all the things that they're spurning women for telling them. They're probably going to experience it at some point, and they're going to have to come back and be like, oh, well, the feminist was right, or this woman was right. So, um, but they don't want to listen to us. So time and experience is just going to be the biggest teacher.
All right, I got you. I got you, Micah. Let me say something. I don't know. Like, it could be like my feed or what I've been exposed to, but uh I mean, I'm not saying that I've never seen an attractive pick me or whatever, but I would say the women that are the most popular, um, even if they're, not bad looking or whatever, they always look downtrodden, up about the eyes. I think a perfect example of this, if anybody knows who Janine Just a Girl is, her eyes look like they contain pools of sadness. And that's because she's allowing herself to be mistreated by a man that looks like an ogre. And while holding all of this type of upholding all of this type of pick me rhetoric and things of that nature. And the lady that I just showed y'all in the picture is the lady that I was just talking about earlier that has so much to say about black women and men and all of this other stuff. And I find it to be crazy that a lot of pick me women, I feel like they say it because they know that they may not typically be the type of woman that men are interested in. So they think that if they market themselves as a man's doormat, that is going to get them in the door with the man of their dreams or whatever the case may be. And I really want women to know something, that if you're out here respectfully looking like this, I don't care how much you get on your knees and kiss the ring to, male domination or male supremacy, whatever you want to call it. Yes, there may be some man that takes you up on your offer, right, of servitude and docile submission. But honestly and truly, he's going to drag you for filth because you're not the woman that he wants. And I really do want women like this. Please, I don't know, step your self-esteem up and do something with yourself to where you don't have to do this. Because I just, I'm just tired of biting my tongue about it, because it's a lot of pygmies that are on here that I feel like are extremely damaging to women. Like, and I mean extremely damaging to women, that bring their ugly faces in the camera and say all type of stuff. And I just, I struggle with on how real to be, because I would totally, if these were men, drag them for freaking filth. You know what I'm saying? But I don't be doing that. I be letting them breathe because they're women. But I think at some point I've got to stop looking at them like that and look at them like enemies to women, just like I look at men in general. You know what I'm saying? Because what are we doing? Like, honestly, as a woman, what would make you, you know what I'm saying, put your jelly bean shaped head in a camera and say some crazy stuff like that? As a woman, what would make you do that? Like, when your head is shaped like a jelly bean, what are you doing? I just don't even understand it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, let me just keep going. Keeping God first. Did you have
Morning.
something to say?
How you doing today?
Hey,
I just want to piggyback off of me being a single woman and not having a man. They bash me all over the place. Like, why don't you have a man? Oh, you can't get one. And I'm a church woman, so I go to church on Sundays, and I see all these women that are married. They, act like they're better than me because I don't have a husband sitting beside me. Meanwhile, all these women with the husbands, they're all cheating on them. So I get bashed all over the place. Why don't you have a man? Because I'm not a pick me. I'm not saying I don't need a man, because I do believe I do need a man, to help me along in life with certain things. But I'm not out here searching. You know what I'm saying? So you get bashed either way. Like, you're a single woman. Oh, what's wrong with you? Oh, nobody wants you. Nobody this. So that's what I get a lot.
yeah, and I believe that. I believe that too. And I think those women also are male centered mammies and pick
Right.
because
Right.
there's no reason why you should look down on another woman because you supposedly have a husband and she doesn't. I would say, like, when I was younger and I married my first husband,
Mhm.
and he was such a horrible person and everything, took me through it. And I really think that when I was also in my congregation, women did that to me.
Yeah.
And I so quickly made a move
Right.
to marry somebody so that
Okay.
I didn't have to deal with that right there,
Right.
that energy,
Yeah.
and that caused a lot of bad things to happen.
I deal
So
with that.
it
Yeah.
is very dangerous for women to do that. I don't even think they realize that though, or they don't care.
And when you're in a church setting,
Yes.
and I'm a baby mama, I got two kids out of wedlock, so they really look at me. And not that I really care, because I'm not here for that, but you do get bashed all over the place by the church women that have their husbands sitting next to them every Sunday. They kind of look down on me. And I've been dealing with that for years. But it's okay. I'm happy with myself, and that's all that really matters. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you letting me talk. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. You got this. You got this,
Thank
sis.
you. Thank
No
you.
problem. But yeah, you guys, like I said, I really did, like I said, I really go back and forth on what to say on these lies, but it's just like I really do feel like a lot of women, because the people that really go at you, like tear you to pieces because of something that you said, are men, right? Men are the ones that do this. Like, I remember or sometimes pick me women do it as well, but I don't see other women really do it that often to women. Like if you're not a pick me or male centered or whatever, because I remember when that one lady, she was plus size black woman. She said that a guy I think had asked her out on a date and asked her for a coffee date, and she said no, that she didn't do coffee dates. And I saw everybody dragging her for weeks on TikTok. And it was men, stitching her video saying the most rude, nasty things to her about her appearance and everything like that. And she was an attractive woman, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even know why they were saying that, but they were saying all type of stuff. And then I saw some Pickmes, stitch her videos and talk about her weight and her body and her face and how, she should just settle for any man that's coming in her direction and everything. And I noticed that there was a lot of, tearing her to pieces. But I've noticed that when you have pick-me's that build their whole platform on destroying black women or destroying women in general, you don't very rarely see a lot of people tear them to pieces like that. Because the men don't do it because it's on their side. And the women that are not like that are like, oh, I can't talk about them because that's still a woman and things like that. And I also have been guilty of doing that. And I really do feel like, at what point do we draw the line? Like, oh, Gabrielle, you have something to say? Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, thank you. No, I just wanted to weigh in on the whole coffee date thing that you were talking about because I really do think that, like, I think it's great that she said she wouldn't do a coffee date. I think that's a great way to weed out a lot of males who are not great people because in a lot of red pill spaces, like, they'll even talk about, like, testing women with coffee dates and breadcrumbing her and putting in the least amount of effort to try to test to see if she can be controlled or malleable. It's like, an entire thing they have going on. And someone in the comments just said, stop listening to people on social media. And they said it's not a reflection of the real world, except it literally is though, because people who post on social media in most cases are real people. And the men who are on social media talking about how they use coffee dates to basically test a woman's standards and see how little she's willing to accept just for his company, that is real. And they just said that if the coffee date is good for a first date because it's low pressure. No, it's not. Like, why? I really do think a man, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like a man should take a woman out to a nice dinner date. He should pick up the check. There should be maybe steak and wine on the menu. I don't know. But it's like there's like a very strong correlation between men who are so insistent on coffee dates and men who are misogynistic and low effort and just have nothing to bring to the table to women and just want an energy vampire. And the person, Mario, in the comments who's talking about, oh, the coffee dates are so great, I guarantee you that he is in red pill spaces. Like, I promise you he's in some kind of red pill or manosphere space, or he got that from Andrew Tate or Myron Gaines or someone who told them that somehow buying a woman pasta or, I don't know, steak and shrimp is a huge thing, like a $50 meal is somehow a huge thing that entitles them to smack. So I definitely think it's great that she would not accept coffee dates. And I feel like as a woman, the higher your standards are, the more likely you are to weed out these men who are terrible. So yeah, thank you.
All right, I got you. And you know what? And I think that this is something that people don't talk about very often, but if you were a man's dream girl, he would never suggest coffee to you. I've asked this to so many men. I put this to them like this. I said, if you saw a woman, right, and you knew that a lot of men were after her, a lot of men wanted her, she was very desirable, she was intelligent, she came from a good family, her body was on 10, the whatever body type you like, she had that body, her body was flawless, her face was flawless, her hair was flawless, everything about her was like the most beautiful woman that you had ever seen in your own eyes, and you knew that other men wanted her. Would you offer her a coffee date? Every last man, even men that don't want to say a lot of things, said no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't offer her coffee. They would pull out their A game. So once again, if a man is offering you a coffee date, it's because you're not who he likes to the degree that you should. And it's just that simple. I don't think that I have met a man yet that I've asked this question to, because I talk to a lot of men on purpose to get to listen to their mentalities, and all of them said no, they wouldn't dare. So if you were the woman that they really thought was all of that, they would have never asked you for a coffee date. And Mario is in here being disingenuous because he knows, once again, if he were to be honest, if he saw what the woman of his dreams walking somewhere, or she was like in a mall or somewhere like that, and he saw her and he said, "Excuse me, miss," and she was sitting there listening to him, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is my time to see if I could take her out." There's no way that Negro would say, "Can I take you to Starbucks? Huh? Can I take you to the local coffee shop and get you a cup of black coffee?" He wouldn't dare let that come out of his mouth because he knows that she would be like, no. Have a great day though." Okay? So don't let these men tell you lies. If they want to take you on a coffee date or they want you to go walk on in the park on the first date as you sweat out your edges, you sweat out your twist out or you sweat out your weave, whatever you have in, I promise you he doesn't like you. He does not like you at all, period. And the idea, I want you to know something also. Men want to get the most bang for their buck. And this probably sounds very disgusting, but it's the truth. They want to get the most effort out of a woman with the least amount of pouring into that woman. So if he can get you to have intercourse with him and he only bought you a cup of coffee or he didn't even buy it for you, y'all went Dutch on it, that's what he gonna do. If he the lowest amount of effort is what he's going to do to try to get what he wants. So if a man is automatically giving you low effort off the rip, he does not like you or respect you. And it's really just that simple, like truthfully. And I think that a lot of women don't want to look at it like that, but it's the truth. Ain't no way, on no way, shape, form, or fashion, a man is going to be crazy about you and think that you're like amazing and like you're one of the, I don't even say he's got to think that you're the most beautiful woman that he ever saw. But if he thinks that you thinks very highly of you, like he doesn't want you to get away, he doesn't want another, he wants to hurry up and stake his claim so before another man comes around, there's no way he's going to ask you out for coffee on that first date. It's no way he's going to do it at all. The only way that he would do that is if he is broke and he does not have any money. And if he is broke and does not have any money, you don't need to be talking to him in the first place. Because why are you talking to a man that's so broke that he can't even take you out to dinner? Yeah, okay. And it's also sad because I know people will tell you that, oh, men have been like this. I've always, and this is how men have been, historically and stuff like that. And or people will say, oh, it was just black men. It wasn't white men. White men brought. Let me tell you something. Now, I had been married, okay, for 16 years. So I'm going to be transparent and tell y'all that. But when I was dating back in the day, all I did was go out with black men, okay? One white man catfished me. He put a black man as his profile picture, and when I met him in person, he was white. That's a whole nother topic. Anyway, but everybody else I went on dates on were black men. And I never had a black man say anything to me about paying the bill, for dinner. I never had a black man say, "Oh, I'm trying to take you out for coffee." I never had a black man say anything about paying for the tab at the end of the day. I never had a black man tell me, "Oh, you can only get this, that, and the third on the menu." I never had any of those issues with black men. I really did not, never, ever in my life. I'm trying to think like going out on dates. No. And I'm telling you, a lot of the things that has changed in men and what they're, as far as the dating thing, is red pill people. Kevin Samuels and Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate and all of these weirdos, they are listening to those guys and then taking that out into their real life. That's exactly what's occurring. Honestly, that is what is occurring right now. I promise you. Because as much as I would say that black men will still try you, you know what I'm saying? Try to sleep with you or try to do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Which they did, and you have to shut them down. But I never had no problems with a man acting like he couldn't take me out to dinner or he couldn't spend no money on me. Like never. And I'm talking about without sleeping with these people, with no sex, and they just trying to get to know you. Like for real. So I really do believe that the internet, social media, red pill content creators have really ruined a lot of the dynamic between like men and women. And it's crazy because you have lonely, bitter, broken men that are advising other men on what to do and how to get a woman, and they don't even have a woman themselves, or they don't even have a successful relationship. They're not married, they're not with nobody, but they're trying to tell other men how to find their quote unquote queen. How in the world are these men gonna tell you anything? And not to mention, the majority of them, either they hate women and they're sexually confused, that they're borderline GAY or even DL. So it's like, what are we talking about? And just like this person right here, who I can't even play with you, sir. Y'all, let me say something. What just 1 second, y'all. This man just said in the comments that why am I mad that men that people are advising men not to be used by women? Sir, Santa Claus, the black Santa Claus, you got a whole bundle of deep wave on the front of your face with no hair on the top of your head. You got a whole bundle of deep wave on the front of your face with no hair, and your eyes is puffy like your A1C, and your cholesterol is through the roof. You need some blood work. Stat. Get some blood work ASAP. If you don't go to LabCorp right now and let them check your numbers, sir, and get some of them eye patches that you put underneath your eyes on the top and the bottom. And you are broke. Because if you don't care about your health, I know you don't care about nothing else, and you don't got the money to do nothing else at all. And you talk about using somebody. What's somebody using you for? For a McDouble? A McChicken? A junior bacon cheeseburger? A small fry? No drink, no burger, just the fry with a cup of water. What are we talking about? Please get out of here, sir. I rebuke you, sir. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. You over here got a doggone a bundle of deep wave on the front of your face. Talk about somebody using you. Get out of here. Oh, oh. What is going on? What is really going on, man? Like, I really feel like y'all. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy, sir. Oh, this man said that his beard is longer than the hair that we buy. Sir, let me tell you something. Your eyes are puffy. Your soul looks like it is completely evaporated. You look like one of those like husks. You know when they got like the vampires in like the horror movies and they come and they suck the life out of the person and then they leave like that like little what is it, desiccated husk behind? Or do y'all watch SpongeBob? Y'all know that like that little worm that be looking old that be in a wheelchair on SpongeBob SquarePants? That's what this man look like. And he talk about somebody jealous of the beard, the beard hair he got. If you don't stop it, please stop. Stop playing with me, sir. You look like the worm off of SpongeBob. I'm not about to play with you. And I'm not about to play with you. And don't make me leave and go get that picture of that worm from SpongeBob and then put it on the side by side of you. Don't make me do it to you. Don't make me do it to you, sir. Y'all want me to put the worm pick up? Hold on, y'all. Let me go get the worm pick, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. Hold on, let me go get it. Y'all, do y'all see this? Hold on. Gabrielle, you gotta say something. I can't.
Oh my God, no, I'm dying over here. Oh my God. I can't. Oh my God.
Hold on, I'm gonna let you speak, Gabrielle. I'm about to mute because I can't.
Oh my God, no, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the kind of guy who wants to take women on coffee dates, who wants her to pick up the check, who doesn't want to pour into her. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like these are the kinds of guys who are talking about women hitting the wall at 30, who are saying that, oh, I'm not paying for your meal unless you have Smex with me. It's like, this is what I mean. Like, not accepting coffee dates. This is exactly why. Like, that really just says it all, I think.
Girl, oh my goodness. It totally says it all. And I just find it to be crazy. And this is what I say when I really mean this, like truly, truly, truly. I really mean this. Like, I don't believe that men live in reality. Like, I really don't. I really don't. Because in what world would this man honestly believe that a woman would accept a coffee date from him? You know what I'm saying? Now, if she has low self-esteem that's in the gutter and she's like, I don't know, blind, maybe. But other than that, I really don't understand it. And these are the type of old men that will come in like women's lives and be like, oh, you guys are old and past your prime. 25, that's it. Your prime is over. But my prime lasts forever. I'm always going to be valuable as they look like they are one step away from a major event that's going to land them in a hospital. Like, honestly. And if I know you don't got a woman, sir. So I'm telling you right now, that puffy eye, you need to go to the doctor. Like, and I mean that for real. Get you some blood work. Go to the ER because they'll do it for free if you don't have any health insurance, sir. Because I don't believe that you do. Go to the doctor today and get your blood drawn and let them find out what's going on in your body. And I really, truly mean that. And that's the truth. This is very helpful for you. Go to the doctor today. And if you can't go to the ER, go to urgent care today and let them draw your labs, sir. Let them draw your labs and find out what is wrong with you. Because if this is the best picture that you took for your profile photo, then my God, I know things is a whole lot worse than this. So please go get your blood drawn, player. Honestly, get your blood drawn. Like, I say this with love. Go get your blood drawn. Please go get your blood drawn today. Now I'm gonna go ahead and block you, but you have a great day and go get your blood drawn. Go get your blood drawn, Lou. Go get that blood drawn, Lou. And I'm really serious about that. Go get that blood drawn and make sure that you fast when you get your blood drawn so they can check your A1C levels. Cause ain't no way in the world you supposed to look like Puff Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like Puff Daddy did in them videos with them puffer coats on. What was that? More money, more problems when they had them puffer jackets on. You shouldn't be looking like that. You shouldn't be looking puffy like that. Okay? Now have a great day, sir. Bye-bye. You have something to say, Gabrielle?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I really do think you're right when you say that men do not live in reality and have delusions about their own value, because you'll constantly see men online. I think at first they were saying, oh, it's like if you're past 30, you hit the wall. And now I think they've lowered it to 25. But it's like the men who are talking like this, like they're never, they themselves are post war. Like they always have these like huge like beer bellies and they're just sagging and just gravity is defeating them. Like it's never, they are not great themselves, but they have all this stuff to say about women, and it shows not just in these red pill podcasts, but like also in the males who like come in your spaces and leave comments about coffee dates and our hair and like and like that thing on the screen, like that.
My goodness. Sir, you said the same convos every day. So since we're having the same convos every day, let me talk about something today like you. You look like a Cabbage Patch doll. A overweight Cabbage Patch doll is what you look like, sir. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell by the way I'm looking over there by the corner of your ear. I don't see no taper, so I know you ain't got no hair on top of your head. So you out here hat fishing women. And I can tell you don't got a lick of hair on the top of that head. Anybody, if y'all can click on this man's profile, tell me if he got hair on his head. I know he don't. I know he ain't got a lick of hair. And I said, if a man cannot use a comb, a brush, or a do-rag, most of the time he's a bad person. That's the reason why he got smited and he don't got no hair on his head. So let me see if you got some hair, Hat Fisher, while you talking about the same conversation. Okay? And I really think that you should also go to a dental hygienist to see if they can just give you at least a couple shades, teeth whitening, or you can get the professional effects crest whitening strips that can help you with that as well, sir. You know what I'm saying? It's always y'all with the faces that a mother could only love that have the most to say. But take that hat off and let me see what type of hair you got under there. But I know you don't got none at all. So shut up and get up out of here if you don't like what we talking about. Before the next thing we talk about is you, ugly. How about that? Nerves. Y'all really get on my nerves. Y'all have so much to say. And I'm just tired of y'all. Stop talking. Stop talking to me. Okay? All right? Lamont says you prefer to be bald. No, you said I prefer to be bold. Okay, you prefer to be bold? Well, go ahead, sis. Get it. Be bold. But I know that you meant bald, but yeah, whatever. Like I said, you heard what I said. All right. Anywho, like I said, I just I want men to understand something is that y'all don't make the rules. Penis is not valuable. And the quicker that y'all realize that, y'all will realize everything and everything will work out for you. Great. Like penis is not valuable. You have already flooded the market with that. You've already let the world know that penis is invaluable because y'all will literally sleep with anybody or anything. Y'all will have intercourse with women that you do not like, that you're disgusted by, just because you feel like that's masculine. So people already know that penis is worthless. So you will never, ever be the prize, ever. You will always have a male loneliness epidemic. Y'all will always, that's the reason why you guys are always trying to bamboozle, hoodwink women into sleeping with you, outright lying to them. Some dudes are tricks, trying to spin all type of bread for a woman or do this, that, and the third. Or some men try to, bully a woman into sleeping with them. Aggressively bully them, scare them, threaten them, because y'all already know that penis is worthless. And I really need y'all to know that. Lamont said, who hurt you? You, because it's so sad to see a grown man with a picture of a cartoon character for his face, trying to have a legitimate conversation. That's how I know, once again, you ugly too. Because why would you use that for yourself? You know what I'm saying? And you already said you bald-headed and don't got a lick of hair on your head. So you hurt me because you're so ugly. So now that we got that out of the way, what else can we talk about? Anyway, like I said, I really wish that men would understand that no matter what your red pill, you know what I'm saying, like favorite red pill creator told you, like penis is not valuable. Men are not the prize. And y'all never will be. And the majority of men don't even look good enough for women to go after them. Now, when you have those guys that are outliers, like there's this one guy, he be online, he's like 6'8". He like works out in the gym heavily. He's black. He's very, very attractive. I see women going crazy over him in his comments, like just throwing their panties at him. Now, I don't believe that women should do that at all. I think that that's also desperate, trifling behavior. But I'm just saying, now a man like that might be able to say, hey, I'm the prize because look at all these women. They're willing to give me access to them because I'm so handsome. But that right there is about 5% of men. 5% maybe. So keep it real. Like, honestly, y'all are not the prize and you never will be. Y'all need women way more than women need you. And that's the truth. Like, for real. That's the reason why men that are single don't even live as long as married men. Like, y'all don't even live. You know what I'm saying? And Big Bird, who said that he's 6'8". Okay, so let me say something about you, Big Bird, real quick. And let me say this to Big Bird, because you were in my live, I think it was yesterday or another day, talking crazy to me, talking crazy to people in the panel. Let me say something about you, Big Bird. Just because you're 6'8" doesn't mean that you're the prize. Because you also have to have an attractive face and also not look like you just got out of prison 2 hours ago. Okay? And that you're going to rifle through my purse and steal my debit card to go use it to buy some Mary Jane while I'm sleeping. That's exactly what you look like. You look like a broke, busted, and disgusted criminal, felonious Negro. Like this is not that. I'm talking about somebody that's 6'8" that actually looks like they take care of themselves and they haven't been to jail or prison. Okay? So not you. Okay? You got smoke in the profile picture. So that let me know already that you're a felonious, not law-abiding Negro. So no, this isn't for you. The guy that I'm talking about looks like he was actually raised by some people that got some sense. So no, that's you're not who I'm talking about. No. And you look like you'll knock a woman's head between the washer and dryer. You look like you the type of man that when people say, do you hit women? If she put her hands on me, anybody hit me, I'm hitting them back. You need to make sure you watch how you talk to me as a man, or you know what I'm gonna do to you, heifer. Like that's what you look like. No. So we're not talking about you. No. Let's get that straight. Nope. We're not talking about this man. Do not entertain that man right there. He's going to take your debit card and use it at Best Buy. Okay? Don't do that. If who is this? Nico Vasquez. Is my internet lagging, you guys? Let me know if it is. Is my internet lagging, you guys, or not? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me, please? Let me know. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought he was just trying to be funny. And if my internet was lagging, oh no, it is lagging a little bit. Okay. It might be it might be because they report me, y'all. Just so y'all know. So if you guys want to keep the live going, y'all gotta keep liking the live and stuff like that, because these guys are probably reporting. And I'm gonna go through and block some of the guys that I see in the chat, because I already know that they're probably reporting. So let me go ahead and block Nico Vasquez right now. You're blocked. Let's see if I see any more men in here. Oh, let me block this Big Bird too, because you was talking real crazy in another one of my lives. So I don't even understand why you even came in here. Like, I don't even understand that. Let me block him too. All right. Let me see. Do I see any more men in here? If you guys see any men in the comments, I block Lamont too. Let me block Sean Samuels. Sean Samuels. The fact that you named yourself after a deceased man is really, really GAY of you. Just so that you know. I'm gonna block you too. Bye-bye. Let's see here. Is that it? I think, yeah. Okay, Kelly, you said triggered. Stop giving these males energy. I'm not giving them real energy. I just find this to be funny. Like, sometimes I'm just in the mood to roast some dudes. That's all. It's never that serious. Like, it's really never that serious. I never take anything that these men say seriously. I really don't. I really don't. Shutter says using G as an insult. Schmomophobe. Shutter, I'm not politically correct. You've seen something in your life and you said that looks GAY. And the way he was behaving was something that I would normally see in men that get their backsides plundered by other men. Now, you can be mad that I said that or not. I really don't care. I said what I said. And I think that a lot of times is that y'all think that y'all can scare people into not saying how they feel, but that's not for me. You can call me schmobophobic. People do it every day. People call me Randsphobic. People say a lot of things about me. I don't care what you say about me. I said what I said. What he said was definitely something that I would think that a man who likes to get his back backside played in by another man would do. Let's not act like y'all, because I'm assuming you're GAY. Let's not act like a lot of y'all GAY males specifically. This doesn't apply to GAY females, but a lot of you GAY males are very messy and ignorant and you hate women. So get out of here. Bye-bye. I said what I said. Oh, you thought I was going to take it back? No, I'm not. Let's see here. Nona says, stop diminishing the word. Are you saying that to me? Because I don't even use that word. People use that word to silence people. And I like people that are truly robophobic. They never get addressed because they're so busy addressing people that aren't really like that. So I don't know if that's what you're trying to say or not, but let me know. What's your name again? Nona, please let me know, because I don't see anything that I diminished the word, because I don't even use the word, because 9 times out of 10, the people that you're saying that to they're not even like that. You're just saying it to silence them or because you don't like anything that they say. Yeah, so I'm waiting for you, Nona, to let me know what you mean by that, because you follow me. So I just want to make sure that I'm not understanding exactly what you're saying. A yer means define nice guy. Nice guy means a man that really likes women. He really likes women. He really likes the company of women. He treats women fairly, kindly. He doesn't cheat on them. He doesn't beat on them. He treats them with respect. He's a really nice, kind man to women specifically, and he would prefer to be in a company of women. That is what I'm talking about. Those type of men. Nona. Okay, yeah. Thank you, sis. That's what I thought you were saying. Yeah, because it's like, I really don't know why people do that. Like, there are people out here that are really robophobic that should be addressed, but not me. Because I don't be saying nothing that is. Like, so. But anyway, yeah. Let's see here. Hold on, y'all. I just spilled my water on the floor. Lord have mercy. I gotta get it up. Lord, I can't believe I spilled all this water. Okay. I got to go ahead and get that up ASAP. Hold on. All right. Yes, Klay Thompson is a perfect example of this. Perfect example. Let me read the comments here. Like I said, I don't know what he was on. That the guy that was up here. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my what happened to my glasses? All right, there they go. Okay. Okay, you guys. Unruly says the men that hate nice guys are, you know what? Why are you mad that a man likes women? That's what I say. Like I said, I saw men mad at Klay Thompson because he was being nice to Meg Thee Stallion. That's already crazy. That's already nuts. Like, for real. That's like literally insane. Let me see. Let's see. Let me read what else you guys are saying in the comments. She is a storm. You said. Oh, go ahead, Gabrielle.
Oh no, I was gonna say there's someone called A Yer who said, so now I'm gonna go home and whoop my girl A word and cheat on her after. Like, I just randomly saw that in there.
Oh, okay, I just saw their name. I just blocked them. Which is disgusting. And my thing is, y'all, don't take that man too seriously. I can guarantee you he don't have a girlfriend at all. He's just trying to rage bait somebody. That's all. He don't have a girl. He doesn't have a woman. He don't have a woman at all. For real. Let's see here. No, Emily, you said, do y'all trust Klay Thompson? I've heard he's a narc. His ex said that. Well, First, I can't say because I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know enough about him to say, to make any type of, you know, assumptions on his character. So he could be bad, he could be good. I don't know, but I will say I did see something about his ex, but she's a white woman. So I don't trust a white woman that now sees that this biracial man is with a black woman and now she's coming out saying stuff about him, because, you know, white women are very, very jealous of black women. And if they feel like a man has already been messing around with white women, they feel like they're always going to be superior to you. So it could be that, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't trust no white woman and what she has to say, especially if a black woman is now with her man or something like that. The same way those white women got mad at Meg Thee Stallion when she was dating that other basketball player, and they tried to come on a podcast and act like they didn't know her. And then people went and looked at their old podcast episodes of them talking about how much they loved Meg Thee Stallion and her music and all of that. So yeah, I mean, my thing is that, and this, you know what, it's not that many people in here, so I could tell y'all the truth. I've said this before though. Thanks so much for watching my YT MGH. But I'll say this, y'all. I don't trust any white woman that dates black men. Like, if she dates black men and you're a black woman, don't trust her. Don't trust her. Do not trust her. And if she dates black men exclusively, only black men, then double down, triple down on not trusting her. Because I can guarantee you she don't like you at all. Period. I don't care what nobody tell you. She do not like you. And absolutely Super Soul, I don't trust him at all. But this is for the black women that still want to trust him. You know, there are still black women that trust him. Like, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Like, y'all know the rapper like Mona Leo? Now, I was seeing Mona Leo, right? And I was like, oh, wow, I like her. I was like, she's a pretty black woman. She's gorgeous. You know, I like her music. I see she got her husband. They seem to be building themselves a family. You know, he seems to like really treat her well. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I said, then she's talking about, you know, FBA this, FBA that. I'm like, great. I can respect that. Then she's talking about, you know, she's a Solon black princess. I'm like, cool. Then I start looking at some of her videos, and I noticed that she got like this whitey woman in a lot of her videos that is clearly trying to be a black woman or a caricature of whatever she perceives want to be. And I'm like, ew, like, who is this? And I find out that that is that lady best friend. I'm flabbergasted by that. How can you talk about FBA this, FBA that, Solon that, and white people to the back, and you got a best friend that's a white woman? And I know she date black dudes. I know she do. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm just making an assumption by the way that she presents. I'm almost 99% sure that she do. So I'm like, now I don't even really like Mona Leo no more, because I feel like she don't practice what she preach. You know what I'm saying? Because you over here talking about Solon this, Solon that, and I find out you got like Nigerian managers that have been on Twitter bashing black Americans, and you know that they did this several years ago, and you still letting them play with your money? Like, and then you get on the Breakfast Club and you start talking about how it's for everybody and this, and we all together. When do black people across the diaspora, when they talk about their people, when do they stop and say, you know what, we got to consider the black Americans? When Jamaicans be holding their flag up and doing all this stuff, when do they say, oh, let me stop and talk about the black Americans right now? Let's center on them, bro. When do the black Brits say, stop, hold on, we got to focus on the black Americans? When do the Nigerians, the Ghanaians, the Kenyans, the Sierra Leoneans, the Liberians, when do they say, stop, we got to talk about the black Americans? Never. So yeah, like, she just kind of threw me off with that. So like, I was really liking her, but now it's just like, I mean, it's not like I wouldn't listen to a song that was playing, but Pretty Like Gemini says, why would they center y'all? What do y'all do to center them? Are you dumb? Pretty Like Gemini? Black American people literally center them because the reason why y'all are able to be over here, Tether, because I know you are one, is because of what our ancestors have done to our blood, sweat, and tears for you to even be here. That's number one. And Black American people always centered y'all and said, oh, we're all Black, we're all the same, until y'all started acting crazy. So what are you talking about? But no, you don't have to center us. What I'm saying is that I can't believe that she centered y'all. Thank you. Pretty like Gemini, are you goofy? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, are you dumb? Like, honestly, dumb. That's what you are.
In the comments, she tried to say that you were xenophobic, which is weird. Like, I don't understand that, but I mean, yeah, I just saw her say that in the comments. I just like scrolled up and just saw that comment from her in there.
You know what? Like I said, y'all, I really try my best not to drag Black women. I really, really, really do. And I'm gonna save you today, pretty ugly like Gemini, because I'm just gonna block you. And honestly, because I'm just gonna give you a grace that you really don't deserve by just blocking you and not dragging you for filth. With let me stop. I'm being nice. And why are you following me? If you would never consider me, why are you following me, sister? Huh? Why are you following me, sister? Are you a stalker? Like, and this is exactly what I'm saying. You have these weirdos like Pretty Like Gemini that swear that they don't like Black American people. They will never center them, but then sit there, want to be a fan and follow them. Why are you a fan? Get out of here. I didn't know you were a clown either. You certainly look like one with that doggone shake and go wig you got plastered on the top of your head. Like, really, honestly and truly. But I'm going to be nice to you and just block you instead of dragging you like you deserve. Bye-bye. See you. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and block her because I feel myself getting upset and I don't want to drag her. I really do want to try my best to not tear up Black women. So I just blocked her. She's gone. She gone. I just blocked her. Because I really, I can't. Exactly, with that Party City wig on. Like, you want to talk about me? Girl. Oh my goodness, Empress. Yes, Spirit Halloween wig. You know how bad the wigs are that come in the costume packages? Terrible. Lord have mercy. Like, honestly, she was tripping. I really should have drug her, but I didn't even do it. Talking about she didn't know I was a clown. I've been very, 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 very transparent with my ideas when it comes to Black Americans. Of course, I love all Black people across the diaspora, but I'm not going to play like y'all don't be playing in our faces a lot of the times. I would be dishonest to myself and my group of people or tribe, whatever you want to call it, by saying that y'all don't play crazy. And y'all know that y'all do too. So, yeah. Let's see here. Marty Mack says, how is a woman speaking on what men like or dislike? Facepalm. Let's see here. Your name is, let me go up here and find your name again. Marty Mack. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. Marty Mack. First of all, let me tell you something. You can't talk about it either because you look like a girl yourself. So should you be talking about it? The only thing that gives away that you're a man is that taco meat that you got on your chest. I know you didn't go outside and take some pictures by the bricks with some trees hanging over your face because you don't got no place to stay and you over here in my live minding my business. Why don't you mind getting a place? Get a job, get an apartment, and be able to take some pictures on the inside. Huh? Really, what are we talking about? You got Negroes that don't even got a house. They don't even got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of with taco meat, doggone ground beef all over your chest talking to me. Won't you go make some tacos with that ground beef that you got on your chest? I don't know why you're talking to me. I really don't. And once again, this is another sassy one, another zesty one, another one that is probably behind the scenes getting big, bad, burly, bombastic back shots. Okay? You're the power bottom of a man's dreams. And I really don't understand why y'all have so much to say to me. I really don't. Get up out of here and go comb your chest. All right, go comb your chest. Don't talk to me. Like, why are you not somewhere combing your chest? Moisturize that, please. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. Oh my goodness. This man need to be combing his chest hairs, and he's over here minding women's business. Sir, if you don't get out of here, you over here taking pictures by bricks. You over here taking pictures by bricks, sir. You can't even take a picture in your house, and you over here playing with me. Huh? Can you find yourself some shelter? Find some shelter first before you start talking to me. Honestly, find some shelter first. That's what you got to do. Go ahead, Gabrielle.
No, so there's someone in the comments who just said we don't hate nice guys, we hate Simpson suckers. But what they define as Simpson suckers is it is always men who are respectful to women, who don't cheat, who before they accept a job promotion say, "Hey, I need to talk to my wife about it. I need to see what my wife thinks," and they'll say, "Oh, you're a simp, you're whatever." I mean, they always do this. Like it's so boring. It's like once I've spent so much time in red pill spaces, I know this like lingo they use. It's like the simps are always men who are respectful, like the Russell Wilsons, the Clay Thompsons, and any man who does not disrespect or degrade or cheat on women or treat us like garbage is always deemed as a sucker or a simp. It's mind blowing. Like they need to come up with something else. Seriously, I can't.
And you know what? You gotta not take this guy seriously. He has a picture of Heath Ledger as the Joker letting off some shots. And like, I mean, now I'm a blurred, and I think I've already told all of you guys that, right? But there's a certain mentality of men like him that say things like that with a picture like that. First of all, I can guarantee you it means number one, he's ugly, right? He's also badly built. He's built like either a refrigerator, a dishwasher, a lawnmower, or a melting snowman. He probably doesn't have any hair. And if he does have hair, he has like the hairline that the black guys have that only date white women. Have y'all ever seen those black men that you know only date white women because their hairlines just look so crazy? Like it's not edged up, lined up. They keep going to like these old white men to get the line up and stuff like that. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. So the guy that we're talking about, that's I can guarantee you that's who it is. And also he's mad at women and nice guys and who he perceives to be simps and suckers only because every day he goes home in his bedroom and ejaculates into a sock. Ejaculates to the images of a woman that he could never have, even if he had $1 million. And that's something that I think a lot of women got to understand too. A lot of these men are sexually frustrated because they're tired of using Rosie Palmer. And if y'all don't know what that is, that's your hand. They're tired of using their hand to pleasure themselves. They can't find a woman that is willing to lower her standards enough to give them an opportunity to put their private area inside of her. So that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, these men are very upset. And they don't understand is that the reason why you're out there using Heath Ledger as your profile photo instead of you and a woman is because of that mentality that you have. Now, my thing is that y'all want to uphold these standards for what men deem to be masculine or whatever, all while you're going home by yourself and jerking it in the shower alone, crying, sliding down the shower about why is this your 50th time masturbating today to an AI corn? Like, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? It's nobody's fault but yours and your mother's and maybe your dad's too, if he was around. And that's my thing is that I really do think that a lot of these men are sexually frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are tired of going to Amazon and getting one of those like disembodied rumps. Have y'all ever seen those? Like they have like these big butts that got like a butthole and a pussy hole for them to like pump it. He tired of doing that. He tired of just that thing just laying there. He wants an actual woman, but he can't get one because he doesn't know how to treat a woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's not our fault, sir. That's your fault. But I can guarantee you that everything that I'm saying about you is accurate. And if you want to prove me wrong, get in this box. I sent you a request. Get in this box and turn your camera on. I can guarantee you that you're ugly. You're either ugly and skinny or ugly and badly built. That's an absolute guarantee. An absolute guarantee. Because a man that actually looked attractive would never be in these comments talking like this. I promise you they wouldn't, because you know what they would be out doing? Getting women, being attracted to them, women telling them, ooh, you look good. And you know what I think? That's another thing about some of these men that are upset. They've never in their life had a woman walk past them and say, oh, you look, hey, how you doing? You're handsome. They've never had that, because all of them are ugly. And they're ugly and miserable. And they come online and project that ugliness and misery onto women. I can guarantee you that's what it is. It's a lot of men that have never had that. You know, like I would venture to say 95% of the women in this chat have had that happen to them. They've been walking somewhere looking cute, you know what I'm saying? And living life the way they want to. And a man, they say, oh, wow, hey, sis, you look good. Or hey, queen, or whatever. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? You look good. 95% of women have experienced that. But there are a lot of men that are very, very ugly that have never experienced that a day in their life. And that's the reason why they're mad. And let me say this to you, the guy, because you still here, reverse '06. You said you talking crazy about other men, but hiding your face. My husband is in this chat right now. Unlike you, when I want to have an orgasm, I don't have to go to an inanimate object to give me an orgasm. I have somebody that can do it. So regardless of whether I show my face for your benefit, I have a husband who gives me plenty of what you wish that you could have on a daily basis. So my thing is this, is that why don't you, instead of focusing on what I look like and me showing my face, why don't you focus on why you cannot have an orgasm or ejaculate unless you can find something to put it in, like your hand, a sock, an inanimate object, or the drain in your shower? Why don't you figure that out first? Once you figure that out, then we can have a conversation about what I look like. How about that? Then we can talk about it, okay? All right, okay. I'm glad we got that taken care of. All right. Because I'm not even gonna talk to you about it when you want to come, you can't even, you gotta go look in the cabinet for what you gonna come in. What? Wait, I'm horny. Where's that doll at? I'm horny. Where's that fleshlight at? I'm horny. Where's that napkin? I'm horny. Where's that sock? I'm horny. Where's my drain in my shower? Please stop playing with me, sir. You would never win. You would never win, because what I'm telling you is the truth. And I'm not ugly like you are. I don't have to show my face to prove that to you. You know it, and I know it too. And you know that you don't ejaculate unless you got a sock handy. Okay? Anyway, I'm gonna disregard that dude because it's literally no purpose in talking to him about it. I don't got it. You know what, reverse? For me to show my face to you would mean that I would have to value you and your thoughts of me. And I don't. Why would I value a man that has a picture of Heath Ledger in his profile picture? Like I said, those are indicators that you're lame and you're a loser and you're ugly and you don't have a girl. I know that for a fact. So why would I prove anything to somebody that's beneath me? Huh? Like, I'm gonna block you because, like, everything that you're saying, I know you want to say it. Oh, you're ugly. Oh, you're 500 pounds. You want to cope. You want to say something to cope. Cope harder. Cope harder, sir. Cope harder. Because once again, your image of me means nothing. Why would I care what you think about me? No, he's still in the comments, babe. He's still in the comments arguing his point. Oh, you blocked him? Because, you blocked him. All right, sorry, my husband blocked him. Because he be getting nervous sometimes when I be going back and forth with people so they don't report it. Okay, so let me go up here to Simply Caramel. Go ahead, Simply Caramel.
Hey Trey, girl, you got me over here deep fried to a
How you doing?
I'm fine. I actually just got finished watching your YouTube video you posted this morning, and yeah, girl, oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I think definitely you definitely spot on. These men are definitely projecting because they know that they are the lowest, of the lowest on the economic chain. And it's just funny how they literally just created this world of delusion that they are proudly living by. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, men definitely do not like nice guys. And I think the reason why is because the nice guys are stepping up to the plate, or they are setting the standard that the collective of men who hate women, because let's face it, a lot of these guys are mad about the quote unquote modern woman. It's because a lot of the BOK men cannot live up to the modern. They're not modern men. They've never been. They cannot live up to the evolution of, a lot of the Black women. We have evolved, and they're not evolving. They are stagnant, and they can't stand the men who seem to have evolved and, stepping up to the plate and living up to the standard that a lot of women are setting. A lot of, a lot of BOK women in general too. Like we're setting our standards, and not being blind, taking off the rosy colored glasses of a lot of these men, not living in delusion. Delulu is not the Salulu no more, right? Like how it was back in 2024 or whatever the case may be. But yeah, they don't like that, and they hate that, and they feel like the nice guys, the quote unquote nice guys, or simps, or whatever they want to call it, they see that, they are getting access to the women that, the other men cannot get access to. And then that kind of brings me to like the pick me situation. I feel like a lot of this said men who really don't even like women in general, they don't, the pick me's kind of remind them of the women who they've been chasing and could not get. The pick-me's are not really coming with the standards and things like that. Like a lot of the women, I feel like that these mentally challenged men are going for, they don't want them. They don't want them, and they're mad about it. They claim that they want women, who, what am I trying to say? They claim that they want, it's so crazy because they're so contradictory. It's even confusing for me sometimes to even try to like break it down, because one minute they say they want women who are soft, submissive and docile, and will submit to them and do whatever they want with, whatever they want, but then they don't want the pick-me's. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, well, what the heck is it? And then when they say, oh, well, women need to choose better, they really don't want that, because when women are setting their standards and boundaries, they hate us for it. So, it's just crazy. I definitely feel like, at the end of the day, the change is going to start and stop with women. Like it's up to us, to create this shift and to keep this shift going, because it's not, waiting on a man to do it. It's not going to happen. Yeah, these men are definitely confused, and especially the BOK men. It's like, how can y'all sit here and say and demand y'all want women to submit to y'all when y'all literally have nothing? Y'all don't have no motion. Y'all don't have no movement. Y'all don't have nothing going on. What the heck are we supposed to be submitting to y'all for? Or they say, oh, women, we're supposed to be, you know what, Trigger? I actually just saw a video the other day where a man, he was saying how, talking about how, women, we don't want to be women anymore. And, I just was like, well, what the heck does that mean? But, what he meant was that, women don't want to be soft and submissive and, being a helpmate to their men and all this other stuff. And it's just like, when it comes to the BLK community, y'all literally have nothing. What the heck have y'all built? Y'all at the bottom of the economic chain. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all literally, the collective of y'all is sitting in your mom's basement. Like, I don't understand. What are we helping y'all with? What are we supposed to be submitting to? Y'all don't have nothing going on but sitting up on, the YT man's internet complaining about hair weaves and wigs and nails and crap. So I don't know. Yeah, like it's just crazy, girl.
All right, I got you, Simply Caramel. Appreciate you. It's always good to see you and hear your perspective and thoughts. And I definitely agree. Let me go up here next to Eek. Go ahead, Eek. You there? Okay, I don't know who that is. So I'm gonna just drop him because I'm not quite for sure what they had going on. Just 1 second, y'all. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, I don't know what was up with the eat person or whatever. It was like, I don't know. I don't know what, maybe they had a like disconnection or something like that. I'm not really for sure. But anywho, I'll just say, I just think that just like, Simply Karma was saying, I think that it's like no winning, or there's just no winning in the situation at all. So the best thing that you can do as a woman is to, if you are still interested in, dating men, getting to know men, or anything of that nature, I really do think that your standards have got to be rigorous. Like for real, like you have got to have very high standards. And if a man shows any type of like, what's it called? What am I trying to say? Like if he shows any type of like, if he listens to Red Pill, and you can find out if a man is like a Red Pill connoisseur the first time you meet him in person. And make sure that when you're talking to him, you ask him questions that can give you an insight into his psyche and make it seem like you're going to be completely, you're not going to be judgmental is what I'm saying. Like completely non-judgmental about the whole situation. And then just know that after that, you need to ghost that man. Y'all said Eek is a white tea person? No, I couldn't hear you. Did y'all said who what like I couldn't hear Eek at all. Eek, are you a black woman? Is that what y'all were saying? Eek, are you a black woman? Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all said, y'all said for real, because like normally I look up people with like, okay, y'all. All right. Okay. All right. I see what y'all saying. Okay, so I gotta get Eek up out of here. Bye-bye, Eek. Have a great day. It's been brought to my attention that Eek is one of the children of the chalk. And yeah, I don't play children of the chalk games here. Sorry. Your price of admission is melanin. Yes, that's the price of admission, melanin. If you don't have that, you can't sit with us. Sorry. Nope, can't sit with us. You have to have melanin. Okay, sorry. But when I say things like that, like there are people that DM me on the back end and are upset with me. And I really don't understand why though. I really don't. I feel like, yeah. What's that? Was that white girls? Didn't anybody tell you that this is, but in my point, is an all black party. Sorry. It is an all black party. And it always will be. Sorry. Not sorry. But I like I said, I do think that another good example, and just because it's more people in here now, I just want to say it again, is that when you talk about like nice guys and stuff like that, like men that are willing to take you out on a date, wine you and dine you, court you, and things of that nature. And then you have the men that will say, okay, I'll just take you out for a walk, at a park or something so you can sweat out your twist out or sweat out your leave out, whatever the case, whether you got a wig in or weave in or whether you got your natural hair out, whatever. He wants to take you somewhere like that, or he wants to take you to where you are at a coffee house and he wants to buy you a cup of black coffee for $2.79. That man does not like you, and he does not respect you, and he does not hold you in high regard, period. And I really want that to be clear here. He does not. Because I have asked multiple men that had that ideology, if there was a woman that was your dream girl, who you thought was super beautiful, nice body, everything that you thought that you wanted in a woman, and you knew for a fact, because she was exactly what you want, that there were also other men pursuing her, would you try to take her out for coffee? Or would you try to wine her and dine her? And all the men said yes. Yes, I would take her somewhere nice. I would try to wine her and dine her, because why would I not? I wouldn't want to lose her, or I wouldn't want her to think some type of way about me because she's who I want. So if a man is willing to offer you a $2.79 cup of coffee, it's because you're not the one. You're not that girl in his eyes. It's not to say that you're not that girl, because you are, sister, but it's just that you're not that girl in his eyes and you don't need to do it. Okay, hold on. Gabrielle has something to say. Go ahead, Gabrielle.
Yeah, I agree with you, and like I kind of feel like that also kind of stems to like engagement rings. I know what I'm going to say next might be controversial. There's like this entire thing I'll see online where sometimes it'll be like this video, or not a video, but like a poster of like a guy who, or not, why am I saying a poster? Like a post, sorry, of a guy who got his fiance like, I don't know, like a $500 engagement ring, and then the comments are like, oh well, if you really love him, like it doesn't matter if the ring is like a ring pop. I just kind of feel like, okay, like, and like I'm not married, so this is just my opinion, but I just feel like for an engagement ring, like this is a ring that you're ideally supposed to be wearing for like the rest of your life. So you're gonna be wearing it for like decades. It's gonna like go through some wear and tear. So like why would a guy who is marrying you, like why would he not want to invest like real money into a real engagement ring? But it's like if you say that online, people say like, oh, you're a gold digger, you're this, you're that. I saw something on Twitter the other day where like I guess this woman had talked to this guy who she was getting married to, and I guess they had discussed the type of engagement ring that like she wanted, and then there was a picture of him getting the exact opposite, and then right next to it there was a text exchange, and he said, and she said something to the effect of like, we talked about this, like why would you get a ring that is like the opposite of what I want? And he said, oh well, I just wanted to get something, or I just figured I just get something because of whatever, like I want to see if you would accept it anyway. And then she basically called the engagement off. And the comment section was split with people saying like, oh well, a ring is a ring, it's not about the ring, it's about the marriage and the love. And then there were other people saying if she had gone through with the marriage, and it would have been like full of him just like disregarding her wishes and testing her. And I obviously agree with you on like the thing about like the coffee date being like a bad idea, but I also feel like even if the relationship does get to the point of marriage, it's like if a guy is willing to spend more on his video game consoles or a trip than he's willing to spend on your engagement ring, I feel like that is kind of indicative of, you know, what he thinks about the marriage. And that's not to say like just because you know, you get a ring that's like $500,000 that oh that guarantees your marriage is going to last, because obviously that's not the case. But I just do feel like there's just something about the whole thing about like, oh, as a woman you should be willing to just accept, I don't know, like literally like a Walmart ring, and if you complain about that or have any reservations about it at all, then you're a terrible person. I just kind of think that that can kind of parallel to like what you're talking about with the coffee dates as well.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from with that. And I do think that that can indicate something. It just depends though, you know, because I know I've seen some women talk about the fact that now I like a ring. I have a ring, you know, a set, but I do think that there are some women that are not super duper into that. Like I remember I saw this TikTok that she did get dragged for filth. I don't think that she should have got dragged though. She said that she didn't really value rings like that. So her and her like fiance or whatever got some tattoos on their ring fingers, and he had put some money aside to get her a ring, but they took that and went on a honeymoon or whatever. And so I know some women are like more concerned with stuff like that. They may not necessarily be into jewelry or material possessions. So if it's that type of situation, I think there's nothing wrong with like her having, you know, maybe if I don't have a tattoo ring, but just so I'm not, this is my reality. But if you have that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Or if you have like a ring that isn't like a lot of money, if you don't really care, or if y'all are putting it towards something else. Now, I do believe that if you're doing that, then something else needs to be done. Like y'all need to be going somewhere nice on a, you know, a honeymoon or something like that, or y'all put it somewhere. But I do know that rings, and Sandra in the comments said your ring is important to me. And I know that for some women, y'all rings are very important. I remember when I was in culinary school, it was a woman there. No, let me not use her as an example because her husband was cheating. Okay, so let me not use that. But she did have a nice ring, and it was very beautiful, and she was very proud of her ring and stuff like that. So I know that for some women, that means the world, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Now, I don't think a man should propose to you with no rubber band or anything like that. Oh, I don't think a man should, you know, give you nothing. But I think it also depends on what the woman is on. So I think that the man should listen to his woman, and whatever she wants, that's what he should be getting. So if he knows that the woman is really into jewelry and she wants a nice piece of jewelry for her engagement and wedding band or whatever, then he should make sure that he does that. You know what I'm saying? And if the woman, she could have like a moderately priced, engagement and bridal set, then that's cool. If she wants to get a moderately priced one and then use the other amount of money for like like a honeymoon or something. You know what I'm saying? Daily Ron, you said an unemployment type of life. Your mama's unemployed, and so is your daddy, and so are you. Because if you were unemployed, if you were employed like you say you are, you wouldn't be in my life bumping your ugly gums. Okay? So with that, I'm gonna block you, Daily Ron. Y'all be swearing. Okay. But anyway, like I said, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't say, because I've seen a lot of different instances of men that really went all out for rings, and I don't know. I feel like sometimes those men, I don't want to, because some of those men were cheating. Let me just be out there with it. That was a compensation. They were compensating for something. Not to say that you can have a nice ring and your man not be cheating, of course. But I'm just saying, I really think at the end of the day, that is built on what the woman is into. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I don't want nobody to say I'm advocating for a woman to get a fake ring or a rubber band or anything of that nature. Cause I do think that a man wanting to get you something beautiful for you to wear to signify your marriage or union to him is an indicator on if he values you the way that he should. I do think that plays a part though. So I don't totally I don't disagree with Gabrielle. I was just giving another perspective, but I do think it plays somewhat of a part. You know what I'm saying? Now, once again, I don't think he has to get you like a $100,000 ring if he can't afford that. But but I do get what you're saying though, and I think there's merit to that too. You know,
Do you
so
mind if I say something, Trig?
oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not married either, so I'm but just my 2 cents as well, just to piggyback. I do agree with Gabby as well. And what you said too, like it should be about, like if whatever the woman's into. But I just wanted to just like I said, just add my 2 cents. Like I definitely feel like it should be more about women should start like really centering and praising, like not so much about the ring, but the mindset of the man. Like I feel like it should be less centered on the financial provisions or how good or how the quality of the ring size, how much the ring costs. Like I want to start hearing more women bragging about the character and the morale of their men. You know what I'm saying? Like the state of mind of your man. Like if he's healthy minded, it should be more about character, because Dusties come in all classes. You know what I'm saying? Dusties come in all wage brackets. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not, a Dusty is not just a Brokey. A Dusty is not just a Pookie and Ray Ray. I mean, they all come in different classes, middle class, high class, corporate, all of those things. And like you said, the man could still be cheating on you too. So, or mistreating you or whatever, so yeah, I definitely I want to hear more women, talking about like, the character and the morale of their men, and not just, the ring size and, he just better just be, coming with $100,000 ring. Not that nobody said that, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
All right, I got you. Simply Karma. Yeah, I definitely agree with both of you ladies for sure. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, somebody else just sent a request in. Let's see here. I think it was Manny. Go ahead, Manny.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing? I've been listening for a little bit. And should I just answer the prompt or can I respond to the ring stuff?
Oh, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do, sis.
With the ring stuff, I will say, like, even though it isn't about the ring, but that's not a standard that women set. That was patriarchy, so that was a way for the man to show that he could provide for the woman. And especially back in those days, it was like, if anything were to happen to him, she could pawn it. She could use that ring for resources. So I don't think it's about the size, but there's been many stories of women, going 50-50 with a man, or, understanding his situation financially. So she's thinking they're building together. And then when something happens in the relationship, she discovers that while he was saving and broke to her, he was using all that money that he was saving and buying a woman outside the relationship, nicer things. So I think that can be a pretty dangerous game. I think, of course, you got to know your situation, but I don't know. I feel like, in my opinion, that's the least that he can do, especially because men still make more money than women. And that's still a gesture and a sign, of something. Now, of course, you got to have character, morals, and all of that. And just because you get a nice big ring doesn't mean that he's a good man, and definitely does not mean he'll be a good husband. But it's kind of like how they say, how you start off, like it's just as important as how you finish. Doesn't always indicate that, but I feel like it is important. But to the prompt, I do agree that men hate quote unquote nice guys only because it makes the rest of them look bad. And it shows the holes or the illogical fallacy that's patriarchy, right? So like, men are supposed to dominate women, men are supposed to control women, men are supposed to be like, a certain image. And so when a man isn't falling in that, they'll kind of call him simp, like, why are you going out of your way from a woman? Why are you deferring to her? Well, it seems like, why are you deferring to her? So it's kind of, it's interesting that they won't really say that, or they won't admit it readily, but they really do not like men that allegedly like women. Even though the men that hate the nice guys, they claim they like women. But I think they like them in a sexual sense, but not, actually liking them as a person. So that's definitely interesting to me. Like, if I was a man and I liked women, I would show that. I wouldn't be against, but I think it just, what was I gonna say? And I'll end with this. Like, I've heard where it's like the lowest man, the worst man, he still gets a pass in the system because it's just like, well, at least I don't, put my hands on you. At least I don't do this. At least I don't do that. So it's like he never has to actually be quality. So when you have a man that is raising the bar and actually is being a man of quality to his woman, that, they get upset about that because it's like, oh, now we actually have to raise our bar. Now we actually have to do things instead of just, coasting off of being, I don't even want to say mediocre, just doing the bare minimum.
All right, I got you, Manny. I definitely agree with some points that you made as well. I wanted to respond to two people in the comments. The first one was, what was this guy's name? The kicker update. Some guy that spends his time updating, putting facts about football. And I always find that to be like super lame. It's like you have a whole bunch of dudes that were not athletes, that never had an athletic bone in their body, sit there and live vicariously through other men that actually had talent to get somewhere, and you sit there and put this man up on a pedestal and realize and can memorize all of his accomplishments. That makes you a loser. Kicker update. And you ask, no work today. I'm at work, number one. And number two, my job is putting your daddy to work and running your daddy's pockets. Okay. What did Meg Thee Stallion say? Running through your daddy's home like Tomb Raider or whatever that is. So shut up. And then number two, I wanted to respond to this person named Fallen Dringer in the comments that has a picture of a white medieval character. Once again, you guys, these are the type of people that I'm talking about that gives you indicators that they are indeed lames. Because once again, I've already told everybody, I'll say it again, I am a blurred. Okay, my husband is also a blurred, so I can recognize the signs of a blurred, but also or a just out and out nerd that is not getting any, and it's definitely fallen dringer. Like the fact that you in 2025, if you're not a white man, if you're a white man, I'm not even gonna have this conversation with you because first of all, I don't talk to white people, and if you're a black man with a picture of a white medieval character, you are participating actively in raccoonery right now, especially since you can just use ChatGPT to, get you a doggone picture of a black medieval character. So you're self-hating and you're weird. And I'm really tired of y'all coming here and talking about what men hate about nice guys and pick-me's and this, that, and the third, when the last time you even seen or smelt a pussy was never. Okay, I'm not even gonna tell you that it was back in the 2000s because it was probably never. So like, I really need y'all to get a grip and get out of my life because nobody cares about what y'all are saying, y'all thoughts, y'all perspectives, or whatever you're saying. I say that men hate nice guys because it is very clearly obvious that y'all do. Any man that treats a woman with respect and kindness and love and does not cheat on her and sings her praises, y'all are always mad about it and asking why is that man looking for his woman's approval and not yours, which is also a whole nother level to being GAY that you guys will never unpack, okay? Because if you think that another man who's straight is supposed to care about your approval more than women's approval, you're already 2/3 to the way of tooting that booty up and letting somebody play in your prostate. So just so that y'all know. And number two, the reason why I said that men hate pick-me's is because y'all treat pick-me's poorly. Y'all treat them bad. Every pick-me I see is looking stressed out, no edges, looking sad, busted and disgusted and depressed, and doing 50 million jobs without getting no type of love or care or consideration. So yes, y'all may use pick-me's to triangulate them against regular women as a weapon, but no, you do not like those women. You hate them because if you did on 1/1,000,000th of a chance, find a woman that you actually valued and you thought was the bomb and you thought was so beautiful and stunning and so amazing, you would never treat her the way that you treat pick-me's. You would not. So please stop the games, all right? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, all right? I really need y'all to stop it. It's really, really, really crazy. And I don't know what's wrong with y'all. And just like Britt said in the comments, she said, did y'all see that post with Maya? Do y'all see she's aging gracefully? She absolutely is, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I do think a lot of it has to do with she probably just somewhere chilling. You know what I'm saying? And also, people don't want to talk about kids stress you out too. Kids be doing all type of stuff, getting on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? So even if they're good kids, they're still doing stuff to stress you out and get on your nerves. So not trying to down motherhood or anything, but I'm just saying that also plays a part. Then, you work when your kids get older, you're worried about if they're going to make bad decisions or if they're going to listen to the things that you taught them and you're worried and this, that, and the third. So that's another layer to it as well. Cause I have seen like my aunt, she doesn't have any children and she is married and, she looks pretty stress free, but she doesn't have any children. So, and yeah, let's see here. RHI Fine says if men like pick-me's, there wouldn't be a male loneliness epidemic. I definitely agree with that too. Because it's plenty of women that are pick-me's. Like we make it like all women are just these freedom fighters for women and feminist fighters. Lies. There are plenty of women that are big, huge, gigantic, super stupendous pick-me's. For real. So yeah. But I think Gabrielle has something to say. Go ahead, Gabrielle.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to piggyback on what Manny was saying about the ring thing. Like, I'm not saying that, like, the ring is, like, the only thing that matters. Like, I mean, obviously the guy does need to be respectful, attractive, faithful, intelligent, able to hold a conversation, have his own thing going on. But I just feel like you can have that as your standard for a man. And you can also, if you can also have those high standards for a guy and also say, like, I want a nice ring. Like, for me personally, I just feel like I think even someone in the comments said like the ring is an investment. So it's not like, oh, if a ring is like $500,000, that's not to say that guarantees that the guy is going to be be a good husband or anything. It doesn't guarantee that, but neither does a ring that costs $1,000 from Walmart. Like that doesn't guarantee that either. So I just feel like, and I get that the whole thing with like the ring is like patriarchal, and like it technically is, but so is marriage, and so are like a bunch of other institutions that we engage in. So I feel like at the end of the day, if you are going to be marrying a guy and legally uniting with him, yes, you do need the love and the like emotional stuff, and he needs to do his part and be faithful and have all of his stuff together. But I feel like it should be beneficial. I just think that there are men who will spend thousands of dollars on video games, on going to like, I don't know, bars to see sports games or whatever it is they do. And I just feel like if they can do that, then I feel like they can make the investment and actually buy a ring that costs some money, that looks good, that is your style, that's not going to rust in 10 years or turn your finger green or turn dull in 10 years. That's not, I just feel like that's something that he can do as a man, as, investing in you as a woman. Like, I feel like it should be beneficial. And I feel like having that expectation for like a nice ring, I don't think that takes away from also requiring him to have high character, to, have stuff going financially, to, be in shape and be attractive and like all that other stuff. Like you can have all of that and have the ring. So it's not just the ring. But I'm just saying, for me personally, like if I were to ever get married, I would want a nice ring. And like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't want a hand-me-down ring that your mother or your grandmother had. And like, I get that might be controversial to say, but like, I really just would not want that for me. I want the guy to have all of those characteristics I listed earlier. And I want, like a ring that's still going to look good on my finger, I don't know, 10 years later. And that you really can't have it all. I guess that is just like the overarching point of what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I got you. I think what's what I'm looking for? I think all women are different. And I think that what we all value, or what we put presidents to, are, they they differ depending on who it is. Some women might be touched by the sentimental value of getting a ring that's been passed down as an heirloom. You know what I'm saying? And realize that that's like tying you to their family or something like that. Then you might want there might be another woman that says, yeah, I don't want that. Let me go and get me something, you know what I'm saying, new or whatever, So I don't think that there's a wrong or right answer to this, or a good or bad. I just think that there are some women that value different things. Some women may be more on the materialistic side, where they want that item, that thing, and that's what they put precedent. They put, the power in. And then, another woman might feel like, you know what I'm saying? I would prefer the sentimentality, or, of having a ring that was passed down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think that there's a wrong or right answer to any of that, so let's see. Super Soul, you said it has the energy of their family and marriage in it. Well, I feel like if you wouldn't take a ring, right, because you don't like the energy of the family, why would you be with that man? Because the biggest carrier of the energy from the family is going to be the man that you are allowing to plunge himself inside of you every day. Like you getting mad energy that way. So if you don't want to take the ring from the family, you shouldn't be taking the dick either. But is that too crass? Sorry. Y'all get what I'm saying. Sorry about that. So I don't know. I think that it's like, every woman is different. There are some women that want rings, and some women that don't. And some women that, want a big, huge, lavish wedding. Then there's other women that would rather just go to the courthouse and spend that money on a vacation or something like that. I mean, or put it to a down payment on a home. Like, it's women that do things in every way. And, I've had the privilege of living for a little while, and I've seen all avenues of women. I've seen women that get $50,000 rings get cheated on. I've seen women that get $1 rings cheated on, or none. I've seen, men that had spent all this money and threw lavish weddings for their weddings to crumble after a few years. And then, or people that got married at the courthouse to stay together until they pass on. So I think it's just you never know. Or also people that have spent money on the lavish wedding and that are still together as well. So I want to make it like, just because you spend money, you're not going to make it. You can make it that way as well. I'm just saying it's either or. I think neither way should be shamed, because everybody's different. Everybody values different things, you know? So I don't know. But I would just say that if you had a choice of finding a man that had everything that you wanted on paper, but he just didn't have the money to get you the ring of your desires, but he could get you a ring, but not the ring that you really, really wanted because he just couldn't afford it at the time. I don't know if, it would be the smartest thing to reject that man because of that. But I'm not trying to say that, but that everybody can make their own decision. I'm not saying you should accept nothing, but I guess it just depends. And I'm not saying if he proposed to you with a rubber band or anything like that, of course, no, tell him to do better. But y'all get what I'm saying. So I'm just saying I see it, me, I try to stay on the middle for most things because, it's normally both sides to everything. So I see points and merit in what Manny said and also what Gabrielle said and also what Carmel said too. So I see it on all sides, but yeah, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, like I said, I said this earlier, and we talked a lot about like men and nice guys and everything. But before a lot of you guys got in here, I was also talking about Pickmes. And I was talking about I'm wondering how far really to take it with Pickmes because Pickmes really have been making me real mad this past week because they've been doing a lot. And I feel like the things that they've been doing have been like very violent and aggressive towards Black women. And okay, so I'm gonna show y'all this lady right here again. Hold on. This lady right here, I just ran across her a couple days ago, and she makes a lot of pick me content. And she made this video where she was saying like, right now they need to take away the child support. Now this lady said child support, which child support is for your child to be able to be taken care of by both parents. But she said take away child support, food stamps, Section 8, and Medicaid. Now, I don't know why you would want to take away medical care for children and for people so that they can make sure that they're healthy so that they can live. But this lady and her jelly bean shaped head behind was over there talking about, you know what I'm saying, Black women, this, that, and the third. And my thing is that I don't understand these women. And I've already said, I know that it's not politically correct to call people ugly, but I never cared about being politically correct because I know that when back in the 90s, what I grew up in, you know what I'm saying? Late 80s, 90s, I was growing up, that it wasn't a big deal to call somebody ugly, and especially if they were. And I'm really tired of like these, respectfully, ugly women coming on social media to bash other women, hoping that a man will give them a chance and opportunity. Because anytime that they've ever been penetrated in their lives, a man put a bag over their head, a brown paper bag. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, get out of here. You don't have any self-esteem. Nobody wants you. Nobody's shaking for you. Your head is shaped like a jelly bean. You look like Predator. You know what I'm saying? And you're over here bumping your gums about child support and Medicaid. Like, I'm tired of it. Really, really and truly. And what's crazy is that I think that Pickmes bank on the fact that most women that are feminists or care about other women are not going to take their pictures or talk about them and drag them for filth. Because we're girls, so we don't want to do that. But they are able to get away with being violent to other women on public platforms. And I think that's actually crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like you're not going to say anything because you're a girl's girl. They know what feminism means. They know that means that most of the time you're not going to quote unquote body shame them or call them ugly or talk about their hair or nothing like that. But they can go get online and just like Janine, just a girl, call Black women hyenas and the meanest evil women on the planet and all of this stuff and expect that nothing is supposed to come from that. And so I just have been wondering, like, what do we do to combat that? Because, I don't have any problem dragging these men as I have done this entire life. But what is there to be done with the Pickmes? You know what I'm saying? What is to be done with them? You know what I'm saying? That is a question that I really want to know. Like, what do we do to stop these violent, toxic women from spreading harmful rhetoric that actually affect women in real life, in real time? You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. Like I said, and I feel like they get far too comfortable because okay, so let me just say this. You know what you look like when you look in the mirror. You know that. And not only that, if we're not even just talking about outer appearance, we're talking about the soul and the spirit. So not only is your outer ugly and disfigured and unattractive, but your soul is also ugly as well. And I always say that you have to pick a struggle. You can't be ugly and mean spirited. You can't do that. You've got to at least, if you have a face that only a mother can love, you have to at least be a nice person. You have to at least be putting out positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't understand. I really, 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 I just truly don't get it. And it's very upsetting to me. You know what I'm saying? Britt, you said you hold certain women accountable depending on the situation, but you're never a pick me. I think there's nothing wrong with holding women accountable. You know, sometimes I really don't like to use that word a lot just because, men have turned it to a weapon against women. But I know what you mean. Just like calling a woman out and saying, hey, you on that BS. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I do think it's something wrong with you getting online and talking about just, repeating red pill rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? And regurgitating that. I think that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I think that's disgusting. And then you're always trying to hold women accountable, but you never say anything about men. I think that's gross. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, I don't know what we can do about the Pickmes, y'all. I saw some of y'all said that we should just go ahead and put them on the island with the men.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, when it comes to the pick-me's, I really do think at this point we should treat them the same way we treat the men. Like, and I am a feminist, but at the end of the day, pick-me women are and continue to prove themselves to be extremely dangerous. They do not like women. They constantly degrade us and are the same ones who are talking about repealing the 19th Amendment and are the same ones bashing single mothers. So it's like, I just feel like our sisterhood should not extend to women who are not willing to reciprocate and who actively push to make the world a worse and more dangerous place for us. So I just feel like the best way to go about it is to treat them the same way we treat the men, to talk about them the same way we treat them. And I just don't think that they should be given any grace, because it's like if the shoe were on the other foot, if there was a situation where a woman was in a dire situation or had been abused, they would be taking up for the man and not the other woman. And so I just feel like at this point in 2025, there's enough information out there to show that as a woman you should not be a pick me, and if you're still choosing to be a pick me, that is a choice. And I just feel like they want to be one of the boys, so let's treat them like one of the boys. Like, that is just what I think about it. I just feel like we can't give them grace just because they're women, because they do not give us grace. Like, so that's just what I think about it.
All right. I got you. I mean, hey, I tell you what, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know. It's just like I said, I just always feel still icky a little bit inside, even though I know that I shouldn't. Even though I know that Gabrielle is correct. You mentioned glitches. You said Dana Dane. Let me tell you something. Glitches. I blocked Dana Dane. I cannot stand Dana Dane. And I don't understand why anybody does not realize that Dana Dane is a super duper pick me that is waiting for a man to come rescue her from sitting in front of that headboard every day, being miserable and bitter and mean-spirited. That is what she is waiting for. Because when I already knew that she was on that type of time, But when I saw her in that clip that people were circulating of her with, I think his name is like Bernard or something like that. I don't know why all the black women think he's attractive. I really don't know. I don't find him to be attractive at all. And he has an old looking face like LeBron James. He got an old LeBron James looking face. I don't know why women even find him attractive. Not to mention that he is in the military. No disrespect, but all the men that I have ever talked to, and I mean talked to like one date or two dates in the military, have been very unhinged and very quick to anger. And I don't think a lot of them are right in the head. So you are over there, you let that man sit there and basically talk about, yeah, if you're not giving up the draws, you know, basically you don't have no worth or value to me. And she was just sitting there trying to see if she could get that man to act like he liked her. I knew then that was a low self-esteem having heifer. Like for real. A low self-esteem having woman who is upset at her position in life. So what she does is try to bash any woman that seems to be happy in her state of existence. Can't stand day to day, for real. Go ahead, Simply Caramel. You said you had something to say, sis?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Gabrielle. Like, we should definitely treat them and give them the same energy that we give to the men as well, because these are the same women who are supporting the violence, you know what I'm saying, against us, you know what I'm saying. So these are the same women who are acting like they don't want to believe statistics, they don't want to believe the stuff that comes out in the news. They like you said, like, they are mentally unhinged. These are the ones who are, you know, bringing strange men into their homes, you know what I'm saying, to watch their kids. And, you know, then their kids end up being raped or, you know, unalived and things like that. Like, they are causing harm. They're causing just as much harm. Really, you know, like I said, like, these are the same women who choose men over their own safety, over their own kids' safety. So yeah, like, we definitely should be giving them the same energy. Yeah.
All right, I got you, Simply Caramel. I don't know. Do y'all know? Did y'all see that video that I'm talking about of Dana Dane and that Bernard guy?
Is she the lady who was sitting in her car, the one that you were talking about? You said you were in her live a few times, or is that someone else?
Oh no. I didn't go. I've never gone live with her. She says she makes videos in front of her headboard and always got a miserable take because she's a miserable heifer. Yeah, y'all didn't see the video. Do y'all know who the guy? I think his name is like Bernard. He's supposed to be like a black guy that I guess black women find attractive. I do not find him attractive at all. I think he has an old looking LeBron James face. I thought that man was at least 40. They said that man was in his 20s. I was like, 20s? 20s? I thought you were 40, sir. At least 40. Like, I was flabbergasted. My flappers were completely gasted. I thought that man was at least 40. They said this man was in his 20s. I said, oh, you living wrong. You living foul. You living foul, player. There's no way you should look that old. No way you should look that old. No. You should not look that old. I don't know if it's the food or what. But I know when I was in my 20s, I was getting carded. People were like, excuse me, are you supposed to be in here? I know that you're 17. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm 25 years old. What are you talking about? I don't know what they got going. I have no idea. Your fave, yeah, you said you thought he was mid 40s. Your fave, let me tell you, sis, I was trying to be nice by saying 40. I thought he was in his mid 40s too. I was like, dang, going it, brother. Why you look so mature? Mature, not mature, mature. Why do you look so mature? Mature in the face. Dang. For real. I don't know if y'all ever saw that movie with M. Night Shyamalan. It was like about this like river, or no, it was like a lake or something like that. And they went into the water and they got old. Yes, that's what he looked like. He looked like he'd been in that water on that movie that turned him old. Yeah, Gabrielle said it was called Old. Yeah, I saw that. It looked like he just went in there and just went in the water for like 20 minutes. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Your fave says like he had a wife, 3 teens, and near retirement. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. And you know what? That's something else we should talk about. Anytime there is a man, and he doesn't have to be black either, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever the case may be, and he's even mildly attractive, all I see in the comments are women, and a lot of times black women, just throwing their draws at these men. Oh, putting nasty pictures up, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, ugh. Like, is this what y'all trying to do? Y'all really out here throwing the draws up to random men that you don't even know? I really hate to see women do that. I really do. And then, you know what I really hate? Is that when a man says something about like something about a look of a woman, and then women start putting the pictures of themselves in the comments. I'm like, are you crazy, sister? So this man talk about he like a good twist out, right? Let's just say he says, oh, I like a good twist out on a black woman. And then all you see is black women with twist outs in the comments putting their pictures. And then they make sure that they turn to the side so you get a little bit of that booty too. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all really out here auditioning for nignogs? Get some self-esteem. It makes me so mad, honestly and truly. Or if a white man, right? A white man don't even got to say nothing. He'll just be like, I like some chocolate. I like a chocolate candy bar. The next thing you know, it's all these black women in the comments. I'm tired of brothers. I'm tired of brothers. I'm tired of black men. Do you like white? Do you like black women? Oh, hold on, white chocolate. Do you like sisters? Oh, I will come your way. Oh, I've been looking for pasta and lobster. I'll be like, you do better, do better, do better. I hate to see it. I hate to see it. It really makes me so mad. But, you know, if I try to say anything, they just gonna cuss me out and say that I'm a hater and stuff like that. So I don't say anything because I'm not trying to get cussed out by a whole bunch of black women. But I really don't like it. I think it's terrible. And I think and you know, even though it's terrible, it also lets me know how desperate black women are for love and how much a lot of us are not loved in our real lives or don't feel loved or taken care of or valued, that we are seeking, you know, love and attention from random people online. And not only that, but looking for it in intercourse, because these women are offering up their bodies just for a moment of attention from a man. Because after he busts, you know, respectfully, what else do you think there's going to be left for you? That's the only attention that you're getting, is a wet behind and him sending you on your way. That's not love. That's not true attention. When a person is only paying attention to you because they want something from you, they want to use you for some reason. That's not love. That's not love. Like, it really isn't. And I wish that more black women will understand that. Do not give these men your bodies. Why are you doing that? And in a hopes that they will love you or give you attention, or you're not, all you're going to do is keep widening that void that is in your soul. With every penis that you engage upon, you're going to keep on opening that void up in your soul. Penis can never fill a void that you have in your soul. Because what did I say earlier? Penis is worthless. Worthless. It has no value. Men will literally give their penis to anybody. They don't have to like them. They don't have to love them. They don't even have to find them attractive. They don't even have to be human. They don't even have to be human. So why would you be chasing after that for emotional support and validation? You know? And this isn't to say, and for anybody to say, oh, you hate men, you hate men, you hate men. There are some men that have value, okay? But it's not because of their penis, okay? It's because of the character of whoever they are. So all I'm saying is that yes, like you can't look for penis to be fulfilling to you. It never will be. And if you feel like you need a release, I promise you, go to Amazon, sister. You know, I'm not trying to advocate for anybody to, but I mean, if you must, go to Amazon and get yourself a bullet or a rose, whatever is your preference. But do not be out here looking for love in these Negroes. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. A rose is never going to give you chlamydia or syphilis or the package or bum bumps. You know, it does not. Super villain, super freaked out. But I agree. She, I'm not even gonna read that out loud. Oh, super villain. She know what it is. Yeah. Kels Gray says, or make you a single mother. Exactly. That bullet, that rose, that massager is not going to make you a single mother. So think about that. Think about that, ladies. For real. Lady Lurker. Oh my goodness, Lady Lurker throwback. The wand, bro. Oh my goodness. Y'all, hold on. This is too early for me to be talking like this. My bad, my bad, my bad. Okay, you guys. Well, anyway, I think that's it today, you guys. I've been going live for 2 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I enjoy having this conversation and kiki with y'all. Ladies, did y'all have anything to say? Miss Manny, did you have anything to say, sis? Before I get up out of here? Are you there, Miss Manny? Maybe she's not. Maybe she walked away or something. Simply Carmel, Gabrielle, either one of y'all have anything to say? Anything to say before I get out of here?
No, I didn't really have anything. I think this was a great live, and like I'm glad that I caught it and got to hear from all the other ladies and people in the chat. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you for the live. It was great.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I appreciate you, Gabrielle. It's always good to talk to you. Always good to hear your voice, and glad to see you today. Simply Carmel, you have something to say, sis? Are you there?
Yeah, Trick, just thank you again for, always coming with these great talking points and great lives with the, the laughs and everything, girl. You be having me cracking up laughing. But yeah, girl, hope everybody have a great day. And
All right. I got you. You know, it's always love. Always appreciate you, Simply Carmel. And appreciate you too, Miss Manny. And yeah, ladies, I hope that y'all have a great, what is today? Today Wednesday. Today hump day. So I hope you guys have a very successful hump day. Y'all hurry up and get through over the hump day, and then it'll be Friday in no time for you ladies that work Monday through Friday. All right. Well, I will see y'all later. I hope y'all have a great day. Love y'all. Bye-bye.